Hey guys, SoSlo here, and this is what I'm going to start calling my average tanker tank review. As a community contributor, Wargaming allows us to take out new premium vehicles and give them a test. So what I've done is taken out the new, exciting AC4 experimental British Tier 6 medium tank for some battles, and I am going to document my experience with this tank. And we'll break her down, tell you exactly everything that I've learned anyways, and then show you a little bit of gameplay. So first, let's kind of get into the technical stuff. AC4 is the big brother to the AC1, and really it is the tank that the AC1 wishes it could have been. Mobility is, it's okay. It's not bad, not great. It's enough to get around the map. The big kind of downside is the 11.5 horsepower per ton ratio. And so that 330 horsepower engine really dogs. It will get to 60 if you're going downhill with a wind to your back. Armor is pretty much non-existent. Don't expect to bounce anything unless you are being shot at by an auto cannon. You have some spots here on the very edge of, but just because of the massive amount of angle, really, of the turret, you're looking at 65 millimeters of armor all the way around the turret. 65 in the front of the hull, 45 on the sides and rear. With some spaced armor in the gun mantlet. There are a few spots here where we'll give above 100, but they're few and far between. Really, you're not going to be bouncing anything with this tank unless you're just, it's very lucky. That's it. That's the only way. Stat-wise, DPM is on par with, I don't know, I think quite a few other of the mediums. The great thing, and we'll get into this gun here in a little bit, is that you get, well, I'll just get into it now. You get the OQF 17-pounder Mark 7 Tier 7 heavy tank gun. So you have a Tier 6 medium tank with a Tier 7 heavy tank gun. And if the gun sounds familiar, this is the same gun from the TOG and from the Tier A7 British heavy tank, the A45. So this gun really, I mean, is pretty snazzy. Look at that. You get 100 standard rate, everything just stock, 12 rounds a minute, 171 AP pen. That's your regular ammunition. There isn't a tier 4 or 5 and very few 6s that'll be able to bounce that AP. Tier 7, 171 will be enough for most tanks at tier 7, and 171 will do pretty few, I mean quite a few at tier 8. If you do find yourself staring down an IS-6 at the other end of a street and you don't have anywhere to go, or IS-3 or some other heavy armor tank, you have just this wicked penetration on the gold rounds of 239 pen. Still doing 150 damage. Still shooting once every 4 seconds. But it's just phenomenal. This is a great gun for this tank. You have just awesome dispersion when moving, turret traverse, tank traverse after firing, and the shells are really cheap. Again, mobility, 60 kilometers the top speed, but you're not going to see that unless you're going downhill with the wind to your back. The other great thing about this gun is that you get 10 degrees of gun depression. I don't know if you noticed, but on... Oops, where do we go here? Garage. No, that's... Yeah, there we go. This gun is mounted very high. Midways in a very thin, or flat turret, I should say. Very squished turret. So it's not tall at all, which gives it a little bit of stealth. But also, your ability to poke hills and only expose this spaced armor area of your tank is huge. This thing is a hill monster. You can poke over, you can shoot what you're shooting at with only exposing this, this very small area, which has a high % chance of bouncing rounds as long as they're shooting up at you. You got your spaced armor here. The commander's hatch is impossible to hit. It really is. But yeah, so this thing is going to be great for poking hills. Everything else, like I said, the armor is totally bad. It's really, don't expect it to do anything for you. 750 health is the same as a Cromwell's, so you're good there. 360 base view range is pretty standard for tier 6, I would say. 20% chance of fire, gold cost, all that good stuff. So my initial play in the game I have enjoyed playing this tank immensely. It's a lot of fun. But let me go ahead and take you into a game here and show you exactly what kind of fun I'm having. Hey guys, so here we are on Kharkov, and as you can see, we have a really nice top tier match against other tier 6, 5, and 4 tanks. So, like I said, this thing's engine is really its biggest defeat. You don't expect much in the way of armor at tier 6, but you do like to have, I don't know, just a little bit of speed if you're not going to be having a lot of armor. So the gun does aim in really well. It's plenty quick. It's not the fastest gun to aim, but it is pretty quick. And it's pretty accurate even though it's on the move. But again, there's that just lack of any armor whatsoever. You definitely do not want to expose your tank any more than you absolutely have to, because you will be punished for it. So it's just me and the Cromwell here. We're just trying to hold these guys. But I mean, just in that short amount of little time, we've done over 1,000 damage. So I'm pretty much just trying to bait shots, allowing me to poke out and put shots into these guys, just right-clicking and auto-aiming the tank, the enemy tank that I'm shooting at, because he wasn't really behind any cover, just being in the open there, and so I was able to poke out, fire, run back before he'd have a chance to shoot me. So I really just want to just try and bide my time here, let the Cromwell get in there and maybe take a shot or two, or at least distract these guys and allow me to put fire onto them. Again, just the luck of just the not fully aimed in shots here. It's really amazed me for this game, for this tank. And unfortunately, it's not the most action-packed or glorious, but being a one-shot, I have to be careful. I can't be aggressive. I have to let these guys push in so that I can make so I can punish them for wanting to come out, try to shoot the Jackson, and end up accidentally hitting the Hellcat instead. And I just keep working these guys. want to keep my Hellcat buddy alive, but I don't think he's gonna make it. Or I'm sorry, my Cromwell buddy. At this point, I feel that we can go ahead and move up. Got a Chaffee, got an SU-100Y. We're just working our way, but Hellcat's looking this way. If he shoots me, I'm toast. So definitely don't want that. Oh, get real lucky there with him just hitting me in the track. I can't poke up in time to actually put another shot into him. So I really need this 100Y to distract this Hellcat so I can put a shot into him. But I see the Hellcat's moving, and that really makes me nervous. Cromwell kills the 100Y, and then the Chaffee. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna die. This is no good. I'm done. We've got him down to the last 2 tanks. I figure that the Hellcat's coming for me. Yep, I'm right. Trying to do a little reverse side scrape typey thing. I must have hit his gunner or something or took his gun out, because he should have shot and he should have killed me. I should have been dead right there, but he didn't. So this Cromwell is just eating everybody alive. For whatever reason, nobody seems to be able to kill him. So I just, take it upon myself that I should kill him. So I do. And really, that is my experience, at least a low-tier game, of the AC4 Experimental. Good gun. Okay mobility. Not great. Not horrible. Pretty decent little tank. Let's go ahead and look at the post-game stats for this guy. So, with the Kharkov battle here, we ended up with an ace tanker, high caliber, bruiser, all that stuff. 2,442 damage. Came out top in damage and experience with 1,159 base experience. So, like I said, this tank it's pretty good at dealing out damage at its tier. Above its tier, it's a little less. I was really struggling in tier 8 games. Tier 7s were okay still, but tier 8 games were definitely a little more difficult. And I'm not all that skilled of a player. Mediocre to average, I would say, is the best. So that's why mediocre to average player tank review. Yeah. Again, the accuracy of this gun is pretty good. 23 shots, 21 hits, 19 pens. As you noticed, I ran food on this. So that's 20,000 credit expense. But even with that expense, plus shooting 23 rounds and using 2 repair consumables, we had a $26,000 or 26,000 credit bill on top of 4,000, so 32,500 credits, and we still made 26,000 credits. Had I not been running that food, this would be a 40,000 credit profit game. And it does churn out the XP. So even without premium, this would have been a 2,000 XP game after all the bonuses and all the stuff. But again, 1,159 XP. This tank, in my opinion, is very much not a frontline brawler because of the armor, but it is a frontline support tank. So you can play this with other tanks, especially in the higher tiers. You're going to want to let other people be meat shields for you. You're going to want to flex around to the sides and put in harassing fire on bigger tanks. You have that great APCR premium round option to use. I absolutely suggest you load up 15 to 20 APCR just for the off chance that you do end up getting into tier 8 games. And with that, I shall wrap up my quick review of the AC4 Experimental. I'm going to put a link here to Star Shield, who is another tanker, plays very good tanker, and he has a video for this tank with his thoughts that kind of mirror mine. or I should say my thoughts mirror his, really. But he gets a tier 8 game, and he is a vastly superior player to me. So he can kind of better walk you through what this tank is capable of doing in the higher tiers, show you the profit it can make, and kind of a good way to approach playing. So definitely click here to see that review of the AC4. And thanks again for watching. Click like, subscribe. Really helps the channel, and I do appreciate it. Let me know in the comments what you guys think, and we'll catch you around. And as always, may RNG forever and always be in your favor. Take care, guys.